Leo, this is your card for the last week of March, okay? 2020. So you got Mars and Leo. This is good for you, all right? Because you're really used to pushing through. You're used to pushing forward. You're like, you know, this is adversity, overcoming that adversity, right? Not feeling stuck or held back by your limitations, right? It's almost like you're pushing past your limitations. And if you haven't started pushing past your limitations, you're weighing out how you can push past your limitations. You're considering like all of the different areas that there's ways for you to sprout or grow something. It's all of these different ways to grow, okay? And the 7 is talking about how you might be sensitive to some things, okay? And also emotionally triggered. But there has to be movement to maintain a level of balance. Leo, I wanted to say maintain and achieve at the same time. So maintain, okay? You're trying to come up with a way to stay balanced throughout all of this. Okay? Mentally and physically balanced too, because you're cooped up in the house, so you feel like you want to get out and you want to move, or you could go for a walk. That's okay. You know what I mean? Because this 7 is talking about not being stagnant, wanting to move forward, and something might be making you feel like it's getting in the way of you being able to move forward, you know. It's like sidestepping. Anyway, you have a lot of planets on the latter half of your birth chart in the 6th, 7th, 8th, ninth, and 10th house. Okay, so we're dealing about work, some relationships. There's some transformations going on, you know, some hidden things, right? There's also some hidden communication that needs to be taking place as well. I don't know, or maybe communication is blocked. Right, because this is a 7, and the 7th house is a house of communication, and you see how those wands are blocking, those 6 wands are blocking. So it could have something to do with work, or it could have something to do with habits, right? Certain habits may be blocking, okay? And that's the 7th house, so it could be socially, it could be some issues socially that are happening here. And then in the 9th house, we have the sun for you. And we also have Chiron. So you could be definitely healing from some things, right? And that's talking about things from the past. You've got some new goals set in place, and the sun is actually in that place of new goals for you. So what are the new goals for you, Leo? These 7s are also talking about, you know, completion, getting from one place to the other, right? Right? It's like either up or down. Where are we right now? You know, are you feeling good? Are you feeling bad? That's kind of what we're feeling. We're in that position. How do I feel about all of this that's going on? It's stuff that's happening around you, right? The stuff that's happening around you isn't necessarily what's happening to you. You have to remember that as well. Or, you know, the things that are happening around you could very well be happening to you, but are you creating the things happening around you that are happening to you? You know what I mean? You just have to look at it in those different ways to see if that's what's happening. And then in the 10th house, which we're talking about work for you, you've got Venus being there with the moon, okay, and Uranus. So there's some things that you got to think outside the box in terms of work, okay? Yeah, and it might have to be something that, you know, you may have not anticipated, or some kind of like different way of achieving something or getting something done, because the 10th house is talking about achievement, you know. And I feel like with Venus being in the 10th house there, it has something to do with beauty, right? Or it has something to do with something creative or art or something. The moon being there in Taurus as well is exalted. So the moon is exalted there in that house for you right now. So that would also be very good for you, just in terms of career. Get things moving, push things forward, try to get somewhere with this while you still have that moon energy. It's very magical at this time because we just finished the new moon, right? So we're just after that, so it's now time to have something grow and something build from this point. So what are you building and what are you watching grow? You've got the moon, you've got Uranus, and you've got Venus in Taurus. Venus is a little further ahead, right? But that's good because there's a thing of beauty here that's bankable, whatever that thing is, you know? And to get back to this card, okay, you are not your problems. Your problems and the things that are kind of like making you feel uncomfortable are just kind of there. They're not the main focus. You are. So we have to bring the focus off of these little things and bring it back to the major thing, which is you, right? Whatever it is that is trying to deter you or pull your focus, realize that you are the focus and that your focus cannot be pulled because you are the focus. Okay? And that's how you should relate to this.